So this is arguably the best budget sound mixer that I've ever used. Hey, what is going on, guys? I'm back here with another video, and in today's video I'm going to be taking a look at the MAONO G1 mixer, and this is more so intended not just for casual video use, but more so I'd say this one is garnered for streamers, Twitch streamers, and live streamers to that extent. So starting off with just the basics and the overall look of the mixer itself, it's a pretty tiny mixer. And at the end of the day, depending on how heavy you go on the live streaming, you don't really need a really big sound mixer anyway. So when it comes to the connectability, this mixer, there's going to be obviously the power port, which is going to be via USB-C. Now there's going to be 3 audio jacks for 3.5mm, one for in, one for out, and one for audio monitoring. And then there's also going to be the XLR. Now this is if you really want to use a professional microphone. That is going to be 48 volts compatible. And lastly, there's going to be the 4th audio jack as well. So this mixer itself is versatile, which in a way is a low bar for all mixers because there should be enough or different type of ways to be able to connect if you're going to be using via aux or if you want to use it just with different other mediums. Now, one thing that is also good about this mixer is the fact that it can be used via Bluetooth. That doesn't necessarily mean it can be used wireless. Two complete different things. You can use this via Bluetooth and connect either to your phone or your computer, but that does not mean that you can use this mixer wireless. As for the interface for this mixer, also it's fairly simple depending on how casual you are or really how much time you've put into streaming. For a mixer like this, everything is going to be basic and straightforward. There's going to be the 2 sliders at the front, which you can also mute the audio, but both will dictate how much audio volume you want going in the mic. And at the same time, it's also going to be able to let you reduce the audio if you're streaming. So, for example, if you're playing a video game or whatever, then you can reduce and alter the audio of whatever that is you want to control. Then, of course, my favorite when it comes to microphones is controlling the gain. Now, there's going to be 3 dials at the front. There's going to be the one for the gain dial to control the gain, and then there's going to be the reverb. And then at the end, there's going to be the one for headphones, just so you can control your headphones audio. And also, this mixer can be used with RGB. Now, the thing about RGB, I always say this all the time, is RGB, it's good to make things stand out. It's good to give it more ambient lighting, but just because it looks good doesn't mean it necessarily adds to any of the features or aspects of how the mixer itself works. At the end of the day, the quality and the performance is all that matters, although the look is something that is important as well. So there's going to be 13 different RGB modes, and honestly, you can just set it up to how or which one that you see best for your setup. And the good thing about this mixer is you really don't have to download any software or anything, just be able to use it. You can just use it straight off the box, plug and play, and it'll be able to work with whatever computer or medium that you're using as long as it's compatible. Now, the last few features, I'd say these are more so garnered for the streamers because it's just features that you won't necessarily just be using off the cuff. So there's going to be the noise reduction. Now this you can also use if you're just recording audio and you want a clear, better, crisper audio quality. There's going to be 2 different audio reduction levels, and then there's going to be the sidechain, which this one is more so for like Twitch streamers, and that's going to increase the microphone volume as well as reduce the video game audio. Then lastly, there's going to be the direct monitor. Now, this one, of course, is just to monitor the audio, just to make sure everything is flowing smoothly and playing well. And then the one I think the streamers will like the best, or the one that is garnered to attract streamers in general, is if you look closely, there's going to be all the buttons labeled. Then there's at the bottom right, there's going to be 4 buttons that are blank. These are the ones that you can play with the most and have a ton of fun with. These are the loopback buttons, and you can just record audio and preset audio, and it's really fun if you want to use it for different purposes. And it's the one I say, in my opinion, is garnered to really attract streamers, different ways in which you can just use the audio while live streaming. So at the end of the day, I think that this personally is my favorite mixer that I've reviewed, at least based off the quality and just how it feels, and honestly just the different ways that you can use it in. Now, a positive that also I didn't mention is the portability of this mixer. You know, it's pretty tiny. You can just throw it in your backpack and take it elsewhere you want to stream. At the end of the day, based off the things that it offers, you can easily tell that this one is more so offered for streamers. It doesn't mean the casual folk cannot use it. So if you also do want to use a mixer and you're not sure, this one not only is good for your bank account, but also it's good in terms of quality, and it also gives you some features that you can learn to walk on before you move on to a higher level type of mixers. So in terms of just a budget mixer, this is the best budget mixer at least I've used. But then again, let me know what you think. That's just my opinion. I'm JEDIJA. I'm out.